Means business, means a lot to him. I think what Michael van Gerwen has to remember here, and he's been around a while, even though he's still only 19, that set went every leg with throw. Van Gerwen knows that if this set goes the same way, then it's one set all. Of course, life ain't necessarily like that, work to do. But legs 1, 3, 5 to the left-hander, legs 2 and 4 to the younger man. 1-0. But again, picking out those treble 19s as he did effectively in the previous set.
57.
Looking deadly downstairs, Darin Young. Looking too dodgy upstairs either.
Another ton 40 there. This really is good stuff, and you see why Darin Young's here. Third consecutive year at the World Championship, and looks as good to me here as he's ever done. There you have it, right from the back of the hall, absolutely packed out.
Well, of course, Young has not been beyond the first round in the World Championship. He'll be anxious to overcome that hurdle and go into fresh ground. Of course, it's worth £8,000 at the very least if he can win this first round match, and that's the view right from the back of this imposing auditorium high on a hill in North London. We have the jewels on the hill.
Yeah, nice views across London, certainly across towards the East End and the Canary Wharf, and across towards central London from the hill up here. I noticed on arrival, reminded me of some splendid views we had last year. And what's Young try and take out 95 here?
79.
Well, he wants 16 now,
yes.
So 130 for Van Gerwen.
And Young has inched back this leg against the throw.
65.
And this would be the first break of throw by my recollections, John.
Yes, it will be. And it was the double 8 that won him the last set. It's the double 8 that's put him one up in this against the throw. Now, really, Van Gerwen does have a problem. And he's got to start getting it together soon, because he's looked unconvincing to me. He's averaging 85. That's a good 8 or 9 points on the average he was supplying last year when he played Phil Taylor. And Young is in the 90s, consistently in the 90s. That's his 8th 140, and even though he hasn't hit a 180 yet, neither of them has, that 8 140s for Young contrasts with 3 for the Dutchman.
And there is an air of steadiness about Young which Van Gerwen and his followers will be finding disconcerting. He's getting into a grind mode.
Yes, going back to this vantage point, interesting, I was listening to a programme on the radio not all that long ago. And it was about the Great Fire, of course, in 1666, and the vantage point that people had from Muswell Hill, out in the country in those days, of course. It was cited, mentioned. People on Muswell Hill gathered to see the utter disaster that was unfolding in front of them all those years ago.
But of course it did have one benefit, it brought out the last remnants of the plague, John.
True. Oh, well, the first one of the match. Let's hope we have a plague of those. It would be rather nice, wouldn't it?
Whoever would have thought we'd have got the Great Fire in London and the plague into the dark country.
Well, certainly a few more of those will be saying he's on fire.
Well, Van Gerwen does need to pick up his performance, no question. He needs to catch fire himself.
41. Darin require 160.
Well, he didn't go the bull route there, and if Darin Young takes out 160 here...
100.
Well, I think he must have gone there, Dave. I can't understand what Young was doing, other than that if he was miscounting and going for 2 double tops. But Van Gerwen immediately breaks back and had to. That really does put him now in a great position. It's a best of 3 legs now, effectively, this set. And Van Gerwen throws first in 2 of them.
60.
Just feel that that leg is a little painful for Young. He's been trotting along, and well, the fancy dress party in full swing.
60.
And, don't forget, for all connoisseurs of sporting excellence, well, it gets not much better than Phil Taylor in his pomp. And if Taylor's in the mood for one of his great performances tonight, it might not be necessary, with all due respect to his opponents, who's a virtual unknown. But if Taylor does turn it on, well, there's nothing like it in the whole world.
Well, all you can do is just sit back and enjoy it, isn't it?
And applaud.
And applaud, yes. That's coming up next, folks. Taylor against Grubb.
60.
And they're down at the pub to watch Grubb. His pub in Somerset.
137.
Won't be long now, folks. This game getting into the meat of it now. Well into the second set.
135.
Still banging in the big scores, the American, but Van Gerwen favourite to win this leg. Oh, double 18 will do it. Oh, brilliant. Quick, and very, very effective. No messing about there. He's an 84-man treble 16, double 18. The first time I saw a player go that way, it was Steve Brown a few years ago. Now quite a few of them are doing it. He certainly enjoyed that. 104, bang, bang, bang. Quick as you like.
Yes, that is
83.
the Van Gerwen trademark. The Blue Men. There's a very famous act in Las Vegas when we were there called the Blue Men. They did the Raw Variety performance with Catherine Jenkins a couple of years ago. Terrific. And we have Blue Men in here tonight. We have a green man on stage.
And a red, white, blue man as well. But that's not the red, white and blue of the United Kingdom, Britain. That's the Uncle Sam colours, all right, no doubt about it.
Van Gerwen is really flying. He's flying now. It's the second 180 in 3 legs and 104 checkouts, and this is Van Gerwen at his most ebullient.
And when he starts a run like this, when he gets into that kind of mood, it reminds me of Jockey Wilson, when he used to be able to just suddenly turn it on for 20 minutes, 15 minutes, and
65.
well, the other person found it difficult to stay with him, frankly. And that's the sort of player Van Gerwen can be.
We wonder if dear Jockey is watching tonight. If he is, well, we still miss you, John. Have a great new year, mate.
40.
Yeah, there isn't a soul in this place who wouldn't concur with that, I tell you. Not an enemy in the world, our Jockey.
You know, Young's having a good think about this. Treble 19 would be useful.
I'm not saying he hasn't upset 1 or 2 people in his time. But now then, he's making a meal of it, but it does leave him handy. But Van Gerwen for the set.
16.
Well, that's ridiculous.
Idiotic.
Because he didn't seem to adjust at all. He didn't seem to adjust at all. Big throw at big 20 high by all means. But
might might not be costly for Van Gerwen,
20
but
score.
it was youthful impetuosity there, I'm sure. Don't think he'll make the same mistake again.
No, he didn't seem too perturbed by it. I suppose his philosophy. Here we go. No messing about this time. Double 8. Younger's got it very comfortably.
60.
Not so Van Gerwen. So yet hope that Young can level up, and then who knows? There's Bill Davies, his compatriot.
Game's on the fourth leg. Darin.